Hello, welcome to Inside the Summit League. Well, time flies when you're on the run. The first league championship of the season is done as the cross-country kids ran it out over the weekend in Fort Wayne. Definitely some beautiful scenery on display in this event in Fort Wayne. The course runs through a farm near the soccer fields there, and the women's race, 6K, just over 3.7 miles, and that is Cheyenne Bowers of South Dakota State out front. But you see the NDSU runners behind her midway through the course, and at the finish, this is Brecca Walland, a sophomore from Minot, North Dakota. She was the runner-up last year, the champion this year. Bowers of South Dakota State in second, 10 seconds behind Walland. North Dakota State's Maddie Clellan comes in third, and the Bison women take the team title for the third year in a row. NDSU had 4 runners in the top 7, led by Walland, whose first win of the season comes at the right time.
I didn't really have a plan coming in. I was just out there trying to do my best. I knew I was trying to work hard for my teammates out there, and we were trying to do this together and defend our title. So I'm just really excited and shocked actually with how it turned out for me, and I'm just thankful I could be out there with them.
All right, now to the men. They go 8K or just under 5 miles in their race. Trent Lusignan of South Dakota State earns the top honors. The junior from Shakopee, Minnesota covers the course in just over 24 minutes and 49 seconds. Mubarak Musa of South Dakota in second at 24:57. And Joey Zielinski in third. He's from IUPUI. In the team totals, the Jackrabbits on top for the second straight season. It's their 4th win in the last 5 years, and they edged South Dakota by a single point. The Coyotes had 3 of the top 7 finishers, but the Jacks get her done, and here is the individual champion.
It actually feels pretty good to help out the team a lot. 1 point is all the best you can do, so I guess I went out there, I blew it open, tried to get everyone to surge with me, kind of fall back, and then our guys can pick up the rest. But it kind of worked that way. It kind of didn't. We had a kind of off day today, but, 1 point, that's pretty good, I guess.
All right, women's soccer coming up next. Highlights from the final matches of the regular season, and the playoff field is set for the Summit League tournament.
This isn't an Epic Sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director.
There's no $1 million budget. There's no slow motion.
Or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us.
Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
And make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active.
and this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
Should be a great few days for us out there. Hope you have some fun while we're gone.
Probably just gonna do some catch up.
Love you, bye-bye. We're gonna have to make a stop-off first.
We're in the clear.
At Grand Falls Casino Resort, there's so much to do. You don't have to be seen. There's something for everyone, whether it's a girl's getaway or a guy's sneak away. Whatever your taste, live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort.
Good weekend, honey?
The best.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. All right, let's talk about women's soccer. Just played the final week of the regular season. Denver stays unbeaten. Fort Wayne slips into the final playoff spot, and here are the highlights. Start in Omaha with IUPUI taking on the Mavericks. Chelsea Roloff with the shot there for Omaha. Giselle Guzman a save for the Jags. And then Jags on the attack here. Sarah Carlisle, but Megan Clark for Omaha. Punch, save, and a beauty. Only goal of the match coming up right here, just underway in the second half. Carlisle had been denied before, but not this time. And IUPUI gets out to the 1-0 lead. That's all they would need. Clark made 6 saves for Omaha, but her teammates only got off 2 shots, and IUPUI wins it 1-0. It's the first league win of the season for the Jaguars. Elsewhere, Fort Wayne on the road in the Dakotas over the weekend at North Dakota State on Friday. Lauren Miller having a tremendous season for North Dakota State. That's her 8th goal of the season, puts them up 1-0. Fort Wayne, though, ties it midway through the first half. Gabby Romo sneaks it in the short side, 1-1 at halftime. 57th minute here, Steph Jacobson for North Dakota State, first of the season for the senior, and the Bison go up 2-1, and then Miller again on the breakaway, second of the match, 9th of the season. She is the player of the week, and North Dakota State beats Fort Wayne 3-1. Fort Wayne had to turn around and take on the Jackrabbits on Sunday on a chilly afternoon. Jacks up already 1-0. Mackenzie Wolf, a freshman from Rapid City, South Dakota, first goal of the season. And it's 2-0 Jackrabbits. Jacks had 9 shots on goal to just 1 for Fort Wayne. Alexa Trakalo with some moves there. Sam Pavlika makes the save, but not on this one. Madison Ewell, her 2nd goal of the season. SDSU beats Fort Wayne 3-0. The Jacks finish the regular season 6-1. Meanwhile, senior day at South Dakota, the Coyotes taking on IUPUI. Both teams had 1 league win coming in. Both would have 1 league win at the end of this one. The keepers were making saves. Guzman for IUPUI stopped 9 out of 10. And then this one is very nice. Danielle Anderson, nice move, but denied by Guzman there. Coyote keepers doing the same thing. Nobody gets anything in OT, and it ends in a 1-1 finish in double overtime. And in Omaha, Western Illinois in town. Great match for Western, but not enough to get them into the Summit League tournament. Laura Atkinson stopped everything she saw for Western. Leathernecks get on the board there. Penalty kick for Sloan Levin. It's 1-0. Western Illinois at the half. They tack on 2 more from almost midfield. Levin with the pass. Tyra Markey with the header to make it 2-0. And then Chrissy Campbell with her first goal of the year. Western had 5 shots on goal, scored on 3 of those, and 3-0 is the final. Western Illinois on top. So, despite that win, Western Illinois finishes 3-4. They finish 1 game out of the postseason tournament. Fort Wayne gets in to the number 4 seed. So, on Friday in Fort Wayne, it will be Denver taking on Fort Wayne in the first match of the semis. South Dakota State and North Dakota State in the other semifinal, with the championship match coming up at noon on Sunday for the Summit League title. Moving on to volleyball when we come back, and a thrilling 5-setter between Western Illinois and IUPUI.
Since 1982, the Summit League has been achieving excellence. Beyond providing a quality education to more than 120,000 students, the league continues to strengthen its reputation of being nationally competitive in athletics. Today, more than 3,000 elite student athletes at 8 institutions embody the vision, purpose, and innovation the Summit League represents. These young men and women are reaching for the summit in both athletic and academic endeavors.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a brand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Don't miss the Guess Who at Grand Falls Casino Resort, Saturday, November 16th at 8 p.m. Signed guitar giveaway at midnight.
Winter fashion is a wonderland, and you'll find all the season's best looks waiting for you at Shields. So let it snow.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. All right, now to volleyball. USD and IUPUI trying to stay on top with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Lots of good highlights from the weekend, starting with NDSU's win at Denver. start in Vermilion with the league leaders, South Dakota hosting South Dakota State. Natalie Walseth for the Coyotes there. Tiara Gibson had 8 kills, and the Jackrabbits won the second set of this match. But Tori Krull had 53 assists in just 4 sets for USD. One to Walseth again there. Kendall Crittenbrink, they'll come up with a block here. She had 4 blocks and 15 kills. Coyotes go up 2 sets to 1. Lexi Fowler, the SDSU setter, with a block there, but the Coyotes pour it on late. Audrey Reed with the swing, and USD wins in 4 to stay on top of the league standings. Meanwhile, in Macomb, Illinois, Western Illinois, and Fort Wayne, this one goes 5 sets. Madison Spence, 53 assists and a couple of blocks for Fort Wayne, and the Dons win the first set 25-17. Western takes the second set 29-27. Jordan Jackson with the kill for the Leathernecks there. Third set, Western again. Melanie Miller off the block, 25-22. Western wins the third. Fort Wayne, though, comes back and takes the fourth set. Emily Spencer had 21 kills. Fort Wayne wins the fourth, but Western takes the fifth. Jackson again here, and Western wins 3-2, 15-12 in that final set. In Omaha on Friday, the Mavs and IUPUI. 6'3" Logan Walling with the swing there for IUPUI, but Megan Schmalley and Michaela Schimmer with the block for Omaha, but the Jags would get it rolling. Alexis Meeks, sneaky. She had 2 kills and 31 assists. And then Meeks to Walling on the outside. IUPUI wins 25-14, 25-16 in the first 2 sets. Kelly Wallach there for Omaha, led him with 8 kills, but the Mavs only hit 0-4-5 in the match compared to 330 for IUPUI. Kelly Wachtel with the kill there, and IUPUI keeps on winning. They take this one in 3. Go to Denver on Friday, hosting North Dakota State, and the Bison came to play in this one. NDSU won the first set here in the second. Hedley Steffen puts that away. The Bison win the second set to go up 2-0, and they just keep on rolling. Emily Myron, the freshman, with the block for NDSU. NDSU had a total of had 9 total points more than Denver in the entire 3 sets, but they win them all 25-20, 28-26 in the second, 25-23 in the third set, and NDSU gets the sweep at Denver. So Denver would have to shake off that loss, come back against South Dakota State on Sunday. Bria Muley on the block for Denver there. Wagner Larson on the slide for the Jackrabbits, but they could not get the hitters going again. The match only goes 1 hour and 13 minutes. Cassie Ronda for Denver, and then Muley, she had 10 kills, and Denver wins this one in straight sets over the Jackrabbits. Back to Macomb for Western Illinois and IUPUI, and another 5-setter. Jags cruise in the first set. Melanie Miller and the Leathernecks come back and take the second set 26-24. Alexis Meeks got the tip there. She had 55 assists in this one, and Western comes back. IUPUI, Jags win it in 5, 15-9 in the final set to take that one 3-2. Back to Sapp Fieldhouse in Omaha. The Mavs in Fort Wayne on Sunday. Emily Spencer didn't hit a great percentage, but she had 17 kills. Spencer again there on the outside, and Fort Wayne wins the first 2 sets 25-18, 28-26. In the third, Amy Taylor, good swing for Omaha, and the Mavs win the third set 25-29, but Fort Wayne closes it out in 4. Spencer again, and Fort Wayne improves to 6-5 in league play. And back to Vermilion one more time. South Dakota hosting North Dakota State. NDSU coming up that win at Denver. The Bison take the first set. Jenny Fassbender led them with 15 kills. She had 6 in the first set alone, and the Bison take the first set 25-16, but the Coyotes take over from there. Kendall Crittenbrink, 18 kills, and USD storms back to win it in 4. So in the volleyball standings, the Coyotes and the Jags stay on top at 9-2. 2 weeks left in the regular season now. Denver in third, Fort Wayne hanging on to the 4th spot right now. Remember, 6 teams will qualify, so Western Illinois and North Dakota State definitely still with a chance. USD plays at Denver this Saturday. And we are back with men's soccer after this. Western Illinois on a scoring rampage against IUPUI.
shoots, gets up, he scores. Tie game. We are going to bring the ball up court under pressure. Long pass inside to Montgomery. He spins. The shot is up, and it's a 20-foot jumper from the 5'11" sophomore forward.
Our heritage is rooted in the gymnasiums of every town, big and small, throughout the region. For this reason, Sanford Health proudly presents Heritage Court at the heart of the Pentagon.
Should be a great few days for us out there. Hope you have some fun while we're gone.
Probably just gonna do some catch up.
Love you, bye-bye. We're gonna have to make a stop-off first.
We're in the clear.
At Grand Falls Casino Resort, there's so much to do. You don't have to be seen. There's something for everyone, whether it's a girl's getaway or a guy's sneak away. Whatever your taste, live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort.
Good weekend, honey?
The best.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Now to men's soccer, IUPUI in Western Illinois had a shot to sew up a playoff spot when they met Saturday in Macomb. A sunny, breezy Saturday in Macomb, Illinois for the Jags and the Leathernecks. Western was all over IUPUI keeper Eduardo Cortez. He made the first save, but Drew Edmond on the follow, and that was the first of a flurry of goals in this match for Western Illinois. Second half, great assist by Tyler Chavez, and Drew Whalen will get the goal, his third of the season. 2-0, Western Illinois on top, and they would celebrate plenty more in the match. Yves Dietrich only had to stop 2 shots in the net for Western. He did on both of them, and the Leathernecks kept it coming. They had 15 shots on goal. Mario Alvarez off the header to make it 3-0 Western Illinois. And then this is just good soccer. The touch to Chavez for the goal this time. He had a goal and an assist, 4-0 Western Illinois. And then Zachary Walsh will finish it off on the PK, 5-0 Western Illinois on top to wrap up a spot in the playoffs.
I just think we knew we had a chance to get in the tournament, and we wanted to seal it up this weekend rather than wait till next weekend. And we were just focused all week in practice and just did what we needed to do to get in. So now we're for sure in the tournament. We just got to keep it going.
All right, so Western gets in with 1 match to play in the regular season. IUPUI and Omaha still with the inside shot on that last spot in the postseason tournament in men's soccer. And speaking of Western Illinois, the campus spotlight coming up next. The coaching tradition and the connections with the Johnson family at Western Illinois.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Don't miss the Guess Who at Grand Falls Casino Resort, Saturday, November 16th at 8 p.m. Signed guitar giveaway at midnight.
This isn't an epic sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director.
There's no $1 million budget.
There's no slow motion or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us.
Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
And make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active.
and this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Welcome back. In this week's Campus Spotlight, great story from Western Illinois on the coaching and playing connections of the Johnson family.
First memories are probably going to my dad's practices and games. He would let us travel with him on buses and vans, and we'd pretty much just do whatever we wanted he was always with the team and whatnot. So bus rides were always fun. Be crawling around on the floors underneath the guys' feet, and they'd be lifting us up above their heads, passing us around the bus and stuff. So it was basically just recess at first.
You get to know a lot of guys over the years, and so I can't tell you how many hundreds of players I know from, you know, the Western teams back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you know, and to know all those guys and to be around the program, I think it made it that much more fun when I was able to put on the jersey.
You know, I grew up watching Western play. I mean, we used to, when we were little, McLean and I would go out and watch practices, and we'd run around Western Hall, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I always see some janitors and teachers always saying they remember me doing dumb stuff around campus with my brother.
You know, there's signs all over campus here today, and they originated, I think, from McLean and Quinn. It said, no, the signs read, no unsupervised children allowed in this building. And because those guys explored every building on this campus. They were dropped off after school. Their bus route dropped them off here, not at home, you know, because my wife was working. So they spent a lot of time at practice, and obviously they've been around the game, and they've been around sports, and they all played basketball, they all played soccer, they all kicked for Macomb High School football team. Each one bettered the other's record because they had more opportunities to do that.
The boys inherently, I mean, Eric, you know, you want to say, okay, yeah, you talk about it every night, or Eric talks about it every night with the boys, and that wasn't necessarily slow. So he would throw, he was talking about the other night, he would throw a baseball with all the boys, you know, play catch with all the boys, play, you know, throw the football, do other things. Every Christmas they go to the basketball court and play basketball. But they always seem to fall back to soccer, and that's their choice.
I think that we all just knew what we liked. We wouldn't really play, you know, we'd play like 2v2 basketball at home sometimes, but it was always 2v2 soccer in the backyard. You know, McLean and I versus Quinn and Coton or something like that, a variation of that. So I think it's just being around it all of our lives, it just formed as a bond between all of us, and that's what we all love to do.
You know, we hoped that they'd all have an opportunity to play college sports, because I knew that if they played college sports, they'd probably graduate. And if they graduated, they'd probably have a really good experience in college, and it would help them grow up. And everyone needs that opportunity, you know, to grow up in a good environment. You know, so Cole came here, and then we ended up pushing him out of town. He needed to get away. He was too comfortable here. And he went to a junior college and played 2 years there, came back.
I learned how to deal with things without my family, you know, like just going home to them. I had to call them if I wanted, or I think I just became more independent, which is a great thing. But the coach I played for there also played for my dad, so a lot of the style was the same.
Coton was the most athletic between Cole and Coton, and he started as a freshman.
I never looked at other schools. I guess some of my brothers have looked at other schools. I never went on a recruiting trip anywhere else. It was as soon as the day when he said, you know, you might be able to play. You know, maybe by your senior year, you know, be in the practice squad for 3 years. Maybe by your senior year, you'll have some minutes. And he was probably tougher on me than anyone else. I always tell people this story. They don't believe me, but going into my freshman year, he gives out a conditioning packet, and you're supposed to do that, you know, stay in shape. And he goes, you better be ready for 120s, which is our fitness test. And he goes, if you don't pass, I'm cutting you. And so that summer, it was like, holy cow, if I don't get in shape and can pass this fitness test the first time, then I'm not going to be able to be on the team. And so I worked pretty hard that summer, and it made me nervous, but so I think overall it was a lot of fun, but he was a little bit tougher on me, but he had to be to make it fair for everyone else.
Quinn decided to go to Springfield, and so he could play right away. He wanted to get out of town.
I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to do coming out of high school, and so I was actually thinking about kicking at some smaller colleges, kicking for football. And then I was contacted by Illinois Springfield, and they're a smaller Division II school. So they contacted me, and so I went and visited, and I really liked it.
And he spent 2 years at UIS and played and started in a ton of games there, and then came back, and it's been a different experience for him because he's got to fight for playing time, but he's done well with it. And then McLean, having 3 older brothers, grew up, and he's probably the most technical guy because if he wanted to get the ball in the backyard, he had to learn how to keep it, and those guys couldn't catch him when he had the ball. So it was interesting watching how he grew up being the littlest and having to fight so much, and he might be the scrappiest player we got. He's pretty mean on the field.
I really never thought about going anywhere else, so it was a pretty easy decision.
Here at Western, he's really built a tradition of being a family. So I think after we're gone, it won't be much different because he cares just as much about all the other players as he does us.
He treated us just like players. When it was time in practice and during games, you know, especially in my case, it was always player, not a son. And during the seasons, we tried to keep that relationship separate if we could, and just keep it professional. And he may not say it, but I think he's enjoyed having us, most of us. He'll probably have 3 more years of McLean, the youngest. So, but I think he's enjoyed it, hopefully.
He talks to Coton about coaching a lot now, and Cole as well. I'm sure when we're all done, we can all join those conversations about coaching, about the team. It'd just be a different perspective.
Yeah, I try to convince him not to go into coaching because it's difficult to find a job, for one. The lifestyle is tough if you don't learn how to deal with it. You know, you see a lot of burnout. You see a lot of families that are dysfunctional, you know, because it's hard on the wife, especially in Division I recruiting. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. And if you don't have the ability like I did to maybe bring the family into it, it could be very, very difficult on a family. But they were just exposed probably to too much sport, and they really love it. So I try to steer them the other way and say there's other things you could do, but now that they've chosen, at least Cole and Coton, you know, I'm happy for them because they're happy. And I think that bottom line, they saw that, you know, they heard me say I got the best job in the world. And I live like that. I mean, I have it really good.
Our thanks to Sean and everybody at Western Illinois. Thanks to all of our member schools. We'll see you next week on Inside the Summit League.